let's look at Rutherford's model, the drawbacks of it. Okay. Now, see, any model we take, there are pros and cons. Okay, how the experiment has been done, and if you do some changes to the experiment has to be, see, there are two things. One is reproducibility, and one more is the stability of the experiment. If both are true, whenever we do some change, then the model is said to be like a very good and very standard model. Okay. Now, Rutherford model has certain drawbacks. One of them was, I would say it's a major drawback. He told that electrons revolve in a circular orbit. See, as they revolve in a circular orbit, electrons lose energy. Okay, but as they lose energy, eventually they have to come and fall back to the nucleus. Because the more and more they lose energy, if the electrons are very far from the nucleus, and as and when they move in an orbit, they move in a circular orbit, they keep on losing energy. The closer and closer and closer they come towards the nucleus, the rate of energy dissipation will increase. Rapidly it will increase. But then the stability of an atom is so much that, of course, atoms, you cannot destroy an atom, right? Atoms will always be there. The stability of the atom became a very huge problem for Rutherford's model. As in, this particular model, it could not explain how this stability or why the atom is very stable even though they lose energy. Or rather than the model what he proposed, in that model, electrons were losing energy. So stability became a huge issue. And the second drawback is that according to this model, he just told that electrons can revolve in any orbit. He did not specify which orbit. In other words, an electron which is there in the lowest orbit, that is the one which is closest to the nucleus, can just directly jump to the highest one and just revolve around in whichever orbit it likes. Energy became a huge issue there. Okay, energy absorption, energy dissipation, a lot of other things. Okay, now this gave rise to another issue, that is the spectrum. Okay, the line emission spectrum, the absorption spectrum. Rutherford's model could not explain this spectrum of hydrogen atom. Okay, these were the two major drawbacks of the Rutherford model. One was stability because of the circular orbit, where eventually it will come and fall. The second one is the spectrum of atom. Electrons will jump, electrons will come down, whichever way they feel like. It's not going to happen in the atom. Okay, so the stability and the spectral lines, these were the two major drawbacks of Rutherford's model. Now this model became the base for the further models. Okay, using this model, Niels Bohr, one of Rutherford's students, he came across another atomic model, which is the most famous Bohr's model, which you guys will learn in the next video.